Listen, in order to maintain airspeed velocity, a swallow needs to beat its wings 43 times every second, right?
Hello and welcome to Soul Energy Part 2. Doing transference of energy again, Part 2 to that. So the reason being, it's such a big subject. It is so deep that there is so much to get through. And there was no way I could have got through it in the last one. So got to touch on this again. It is so important to understand. For those of you who caught the last one, you'll probably know what I mean. Okay, let's not mess about, get straight into it. So, covered that we're transmitting energy, that we are energy ourselves, and we have a frequency which is vibrational, and we are constantly emitting and channeling to everything around us. We got into human interaction last time. Today, I'm going to talk about how we're impacting on everything else. And the reason being is because, okay, let's check it. If you've got a plant, for an example, come over, I'll show you a plant. It's been proven many times over, different scientists, different experiments. If you regularly talk to a plant or a tree, or any living organism for that matter, and you just say, hello, yeah, and tend to it every day and give it that good vibes, give it those good positive energies, yeah? It's been proven time and time again, that plant will be happier. It will grow quicker, it will be stronger, it will be healthier, okay? Happier is just me throwing that in there, you know, because that's what I'm about, innit? But yeah. It will have a positive impact on the plant in terms of how long the plant can survive, how strong it is, how healthy it is. So again, just like I was talking about with the human interaction and the emitting positive energies to humans and the benefits and how it builds up positive energy and helps you to create, it's obviously having the same impact when we do this with our plant life, okay? Not just the plant life. This is the same with water. I'm gonna have to do a whole episode on water because the new information that's out there is just taken leaps and bounds, and water science and spirituality has gone. Gonna have to do a whole episode on that. I'm looking forward to doing that. That's gonna be amazing. So if you can, check that one out. In the future, stay tuned, subscribe, hit the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that, and using the new knowledge of water can have a massive impact on your life. It's been really beneficial for me, and it's helped to change a lot. So yeah, I look forward to telling you guys about that one. Right, so I did flowers, and like I say, water, food is another one. We know that people have been blessing their food for millennia, since way back, ancient times. We're going far, far back, that people have been doing this. And that's not just religions, that's many philosophies, different cultures and civilizations have known the benefits of water, okay? Another plant here, let's just get that in there, okay? The reason being is because they know as well, we are energy beings, and anything we transmit our energy to becomes more positive. Okay? Yes, Virgin, right, that's it. And so, you know, if you garden, if you tend to fruit, if you've got a greenhouse, if you're a farmer, you know, yeah? Your crops and everything around you benefit massively from you emitting and transmitting this positive energy, which I spoke about in the other video, that we can also transmit and build with humans with. Okay, so that's that bit covered. It's not just the living organisms which I spoke about. I mean, obviously we have children. I have a daughter who's 4 years old. Anyone out here who's got children, it's very important to give them a lot of attention, as much attention as you can. And I mentioned before that attention is 2 words, okay? Tension, okay? And tension is an energy. It's a word for energy, so, all right? And when you're transmitting that into something, it grows, it builds on it, right? It feels better, okay? And it is beneficial for it. And so there's been, again, many scientific studies, many different scientists and many different studies have shown the benefits of children who get lots of attention. So we have to, if we can, give as much as possible with the kids. Like I say, with the plants, you got pets, they fall into the same category, okay? You got pets, animals, whatever, that you interact with on a regular basis, they fall into that same category, and they will benefit massively from you emitting love, positive energy, yeah? With positive words, positive vibes. Some people don't even talk to their plants. They just go to them every day and look at them. And again, it's unseen, but something is coming out of us, leaving us and going into them, okay? And that's how they're benefiting. So it's important to know. And it's important to practice, because everything around you, you want to be positive. With the food, you could have food you don't so much like the look of, but don't say anything about it. And don't be negative about it, because that's going into you, okay? Whatever you transmit, we have that much power in us. We can actually change stuff. And like I said, I'm going to get into that next time, because we're going into the water now. I'm going a bit ahead of myself. But yes, stay positive with everything that's in you, especially living organisms, Right, so apart from living organisms, we are emitting positive or negative energy into everything. But either way, we're fueling it. I mentioned that when people take your negative energy in a bad way, they still have fuel. They still have more energy. You might know some people who thrive on negative energy and use it and can, go around destructively creating what they want with this negative energy. It can be done. I wouldn't advise it. It's not beneficial for you, and it does always end in disaster in the end. But they can get a good ride out of it sometimes. So when we're thinking about things such as stuff we don't like, so the reason I want to touch on this, the things other than living organisms that we're impacting on, is because I've had to step away from a lot of people that I love. Physically, communication-wise as well, I'll just avoid that phone call or not message that person back. There's people that I love I've had to unfollow on social media, and like I say, I do love them. However, whatever you focus on, you are giving energy to. Now, I used to be probably one of the most negative people going. Big conspiracy theorists. I was very upset with the world. The injustices in the world used to drive me mad. Anyone who knows me knows. I could talk for hours about injustice. I hated capitalism. I was against most politicians. The whole world was a big conspiracy and everything was against me. When I started to learn a little bit more about positivity, about my powers, about what I'm emitting and what is happening and what impact my energy has on the world around me, I realized that everything I'm against, I'm giving energy to, because I'm focusing on it, because I'm giving attention to it. Just like I was just saying with humans, just like I was just saying with plants, yeah? Just like I was saying about everything. If you are focusing on something, you are growing it and giving it power in your life. If you worry a lot, anything you worry about, you're just giving power to and giving it fuel to come into your life. That's all you're doing. So, you know, there's lots of things out there that can help you. There's lots of books, audio books, videos, channels that can help you to stop worrying if this is an issue you have. A good book I would actually suggest for you is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. It assisted me at the times when I needed it, when I used to manifest, I used to use my creative power to bring things that I didn't want because I was just constantly worrying, okay? Now, to the people who are out there who are like I used to be, where you see an injustice and you want to tell everybody and you want to post it all over social media, and every conversation you want to bring up what's going wrong, you are just growing the thing that's going wrong. You are just fueling it, you are just feeding it. The best thing you can do with stuff you don't like is don't think about it. Don't pay it attention. Don't give it your energy. Again, we're paying it attention. We're giving something away to it. And it is thriving on it. It is growing from it. Okay? So if you're one of those angry people who wants to call out everything, as I used to be, it's not helping you. It's helping the things you don't want to be growing in the world, and it's helping them to grow in your life, and you will see a lot more injustice and you will see a lot more negativity because that's what you focus on. When I started to come away from the things, I mean, I used to be heavily into gangster rap. I used to be on the roads and whatever. And when I focused my energy on those things, they were always in my life. They were always relevant. They were always prominent. Now I only focus on what I want. It's taken quite a while for me to get my head straight, for me to get my brain to only focus on the things I want. But now it's becoming a habit. Just like being negative was an old habit. It's become a habit now that I'm happy. It's become a habit now that if I'm gonna spend my energy and time thinking, it's gonna be about something that is helpful to me. So just before I was making this video, I was visualizing a meeting that I'm having on Monday. I was visualizing getting the outcome I want and shaking hands, with the guy at the meeting and taking a picture and having the deal done that I want to do. So it's important, okay, to notice what you're visualizing, because I've managed to change a lot of things in my life by using these principles. So if you don't like what you focus on now, or you don't like the things that are around you, it's very important for you to change what you're focusing on, what you're thinking about. If you carry on thinking about different stuff, everything around you will change. The things I used to think about a lot, the things I used to think of a lot, they don't exist in my life anymore because they no longer have power, because I no longer think about them. I now only think about what's going to be good. And I would suggest you do it too. There was one more thing actually that I've left out of the human transference of energy, and it's a pretty big one actually. So I am going to talk to you about it because I think it's important to know. When you have sex, that is a massive transference of energy. Okay, now let's think about it logically. You spend enough energy to create a human being. Enough of your life force, enough of your soul leaves you to actually create another human. All right? Now, guys, you know what I'm talking about. If when after sex, you feel that need to revive, that need to have a nap or whatever. And women too, you need that revive as well, because a lot of energy is spent. But I think what is important to know as well is that obviously for the females there is type of hosting, okay? There's a hosting of the male energy. And females can especially tend to become more infatuated with a guy after the act of sex, yeah? Not even necessarily that they thought the sex was good. What's happened is a transference of energy. Yeah, and Durex can't stop it. Okay, Durex can stop the physical part of you having the child, but it's not going to stop the male energy entering the female and her hosting that energy. So that's important to know as well. That's something that is beneficial for you to know in terms of the transference of energy. There's so many different things obviously as well that I could get into. I might even do a number 3 further on down the road, but next time I'm definitely going to change up the topic because Soul Info's got so much to go. Like I said, water's coming, music, sound, law of attraction. That's going to be such a big one. And I know a lot of you think you know about law of attraction, but how many levels is there to everything? How many levels is there to any simple thing? The fact that I'm standing here right now, there's probably a million different variables had to happen for this to take place, okay? And everything in this world is that complex. Everything. There's 1,000,001 reasons why, okay? So for an example, just being at the right time and place where you are now to watch this video, there's 1,000,001 things that happened in your life. I say 1,000,000, but it's probably even billions of variables that took place for you to be watching this video right now, okay? So there's never one thing that makes up something. Now, with law of attraction, people like to say, oh, you know, you visualize, you do this. All right, that's the basics, but there's a lot more to it, and I want to get into that, and I want to empower you guys to live the life you want, and I'm living the life I want. So, yeah. Soul Info, Transference of Energy, Part 2. Peace.
Listen, in order to maintain airspeed velocity, a swallow needs to beat its wings 43 times every second, right?